usually.
What's up, you fucking dick butts?
Wow, my man went for it.
Yeah, highbrow, high class show. Very nuanced, very classy. It's unusually usual, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, no.
Thank you for listening, everybody. I'm your host, always one self, aka Gabriel Self, aka One Gabe. To my left, we have someone very special, very magical, very Matrix. Go ahead and introduce yourself, little guy.
Technician Vic.
Technician Vic is in the house. Get a little clap for him. Of course, behind the cameras, we got camera Chris, making sure all the visuals are coming to you crystal clear.
Can I boom?
Boom!
He thinks he's bigger than the show.
You're not bigger than the show,
not big,
camera
nobody's
Chris.
bigger.
All right. Behind the boards, we got someone very special, making sure the audio is crisp. Campana sound. You hear that bass line? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Is that how Jaws ends? Is that how Jaws ends?
You hear Jaws in the water?
Did you think that was just the bass
That was my
line?
bass line.
Anyways, Campana Sounds.
Campana
Very, very
Sounds.
own.
And we got a special guest today. Someone take camera Chris and technician Vic, times them by like 3.4. That's how special this
That's
guest
pi.
is.
Hi.
3.14.
Ah,
That's
fuck.
pi.
I failed math. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Before I introduce our guest, I got some things to say, all right? Some things to say. So this is someone I've written scripts with, okay? You know, little writing some scripts, whether for like a YouTube short
Scriptures?
or not scriptures, scripts.
That's
all
really
right?
heathen. I bet.
Someone who loves film. You know, this guy loves some movies, talk some movies. Maybe you guys got a friend we always talk about movies or music with. I saw Lady Bird with this person. I think that's an A24 film.
Y'all saw that in theaters?
Saw it in theaters, yeah.
Wow.
Someone who's a nerd just like us. And he's a hip-hop head. But everyone put your hands together for Malik Sims.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome, Malik. Welcome
Thank you.
on. Thank you for being part of season 2. Malik, before we get into it, maybe you could first talk about how we met, if you remember.
Yeah, it was at College of Alameda in communications class, Mr. Wilson. I don't remember what actually led to us meeting, which is
Me neither.
interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we kind of just gravitated to one another because we had similar ideas and we, collabed on projects and stuff.
I'm sure like I made a dumb joke or something, and then maybe you laughed. And then I
Yeah.
was like, okay, let's keep making dumb jokes.
Yeah, and then we had like the same group. We were doing a group project in anthropology, I think it was. I forgot.
I don't remember.
It was with what's her name? She had the red hair.
What floor was it on at the school?
Second floor.
Second floor.
I remember because we had cookies, and then
He's not gonna.
I'm not. Yeah.
You could be all like, second floor, you sat third from the left, and Gabe would be all like,
I remember you. I remember.
what was
Malik.
her name again? He's like, I don't know, we're trying to figure out.
we had a group project, and then like you text us a picture of Marky Mark.
Why?
I remember.
Anybody out there, you're like, oh Vic, why are you so mean? Why is Gabriel? This is what happens. He doesn't even remember. Mark
It
Wahlberg
does sound like I do
From-
that because I like texting funny shit.
Yeah.
from The Happening.
Yeah, it was funny.
What?
And we had pastries and stuff, and you gave me a cookie. And
This is when we already knew each other.
Sweet.
and then you said it was a mystery cookie because you didn't know if your hands were clean or not.
He sounds like a cool guy.
I like that.
But yeah, Malik, thank you for joining us today. We've known each other maybe for 4 years.
Yeah,
now?
about 4 years.
4 years back in community college. You're now at East Bay.
Yeah, East Bay.
Congratulations.
Oh shit, you made it out of community college?
Yeah.
At a
Let's
young
put our hands
age?
together.
At a young age?
Yeah.
Everybody I've ever known, and I'm 32. So anybody I've ever known is like, yo, don't go to community college. You get stuck there.
It's easy to get stuck there. It's like some
Or you drop out.
drop out, never go back.
Yeah, don't do that. But you transferred out.
Yeah, definitely.
You're a success story. You and the kid right here. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pound
Some
right
of
there.
us
Yeah, man.
in the room. Yeah, like that. 2 versus 2.
You gotta stay on that side.
That's the uneducated side of the room.
But Malik, for you, thank you for joining us again.
Yeah, of
and,
course.
If you could, please tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, where you're from. Parents, siblings, personality. It's a lot.
So I'm from Oakland, California. A little about me: I have 3 younger sisters. My parents are actually pastors. Right now they live in El Cerrito, but the church is in Oakland, California. I'm a photographer, filmmaker, and I think that's about it. Also, an Army veteran.
Army veteran.
That's something I got.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
You got a lot under your belt.
And
yeah,
so,
that's crazy.
other than that, I think that's pretty much what sums me up, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's pretty solid.
that's a lot. That's a big repertoire.
Yeah.
I'm 32 and I've dropped out and
Dude,
I live here.
Once you throw in veteran, that
Yeah.
like just adds some weight to your
Anytime
fucking-
anybody ever like, what do you do? You're like, oh, I go to college, and they're like, oh, that's it. You're like, I'm a veteran
I'm a
too.
veteran.
Automatically,
Oh, shit.
everybody's like, ah, fuck. Like, my bad, dude, my bad.
Yeah.
I like how you threw that in very
All right, let
casually.
me ask
Yeah.
you one question.
What's up?
Have you ever used it to your advantage? Like to like sun somebody? Like, I'm a veteran. Like, fuck you, dude.
I'm looking forward to the day when I can. but
There you go. When
I
it comes
haven't-
up in conversation.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet. It's come like when I'm getting to know someone, they ask about what I've done prior to school or something. Then it'll come up, but I typically usually leave it out of conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Well, you brought up the fact that your parents are pastors.
Uh-huh.
That's how you pronounce. I always get
pastor, Gabriel.
pastor and pasture.
But they're,
I'm
they're
sorry, that's a
spelled
personal thing.
differently.
Pastors. Yeah.
Pasture.
Pasture is what crowds grazing. Womp womp. I'm that guy. Yeah.
Your parents are pastors.
Uh-huh.
It was
That was it.
yeah. Your parents are pastors. That's pretty atypical.
Uh-huh.
What's it like having parent pastors growing up? Because usually when you
Yeah.
hear someone is a child of a pastor, they're usually like the rebel or wilding out doing something crazy.
Yeah. That's a big stereotype I had to come to terms with early on. A lot of pastors' kids don't, a lot of them don't do well. And so I wanted to kind of be an example of one that kind of turned out okay, and I mean, growing up, it was different. There were certain things I couldn't do, certain things I could do, but overall it kind of helped me, be mature.
What kind of things couldn't you do?
Certain things
If
like
you have to, you could whisper it. Maybe they won't hear you.
They're here right now. So
That's some Jerry Springer shit, dog. That'd be funny.
Yeah, things that I couldn't do were, what most religious, what you would see like a lot of religious kids not being able to do, like parties,
smoke cigarettes.
yeah, alcohol, smoking, stuff like that, which is stuff I still to this day don't do because I just never found joy in it. But, it's just, that type of stuff.
Yeah, like I know us growing up, our mom was pretty religious. Still is.
We got 3 Bibles right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, it's in us too. But I think that kind of ties hand in hand with, because you brought up like not smoking, not drinking. We didn't do the same, or we didn't smoke, drink when all our friends were teenagers were doing it.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, I think it kind of ties into my mom's background because she grew up a little bit more wild and kind of found or got closer to her religion, settled down. Was that the case with your parents?
Yeah, the thing is, when you get older, I think your parents start to realize that you're becoming an adult. And so they take a step back because they don't want to, do too much like how they were when you were a kid. They're like sharpening you. And so when you're an adult, I feel like they take a step back and they kind of trust the fact that they taught you well and that you're not going to be a complete screw up. And so they just,
And
I think for me, it was like that.
okay, but do you feel sorry? I don't think I was clear. Did your parents, were they like a little bit more wild when they're maybe your age now, and that's why?
From what I heard, yeah, they were. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't exactly.
Word on the street.
Yeah,
Things have come back around.
they definitely. I think they definitely came from, I think, a worse place than I've been, and so what they're trying to do is, allow me to not have to go down that path. But yeah, if that answers the question.
No,
No, it
kinda
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how it was for my parents. They both had pretty rough adolescences.
Uh-huh.
So for me and Gabe, it wasn't as bad. They were pretty
Sorry, I was just looking at making sure things are right.
bastard. I was like, I've been checking it. Don't do that to me. Oh, sorry. So I think it was the same thing with our parents, where they're like trying shelter us is the wrong word, but they definitely wanted us to have shit that they didn't have. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then also too, like our mom, maybe you have similar experiences. I don't think I've shared this on the podcast before, but like growing up, again, my mom more of like a tough background. She didn't want that for us. So like, let's say we're watching TV and there's like a commercial going on. Our mom would be like, just serious out of nowhere, I never want you to smoke and drink.
Dog.
You know, you're like fucking like 6 years old or something.
Yeah,
It's just-
it'd be like a regular ass commercial, like Cheez-It commercial. She'd be
Yep.
like, "Hey, you guys know you're not supposed to ever drink, right?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
I'm trying to watch these Cheez-Its.
God damn, Yu-Gi-Oh's on. Like,
Yeah,
don't talk
exactly.
to me right now.
Yeah.
I think that's a parent thing. Like they just find the subliminal messages and they just don't want you to catch on to it. So they're like, don't do that. You know?
Were your parents? Were they ever to the level of like you can't watch Harry Potter or anything like that?
Yeah, I really like Harry Potter now. I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was younger.
What was the reason in there?
Witchcraft,
The devil.
and which I understand now, and I respect that point of view because they were teaching me not to get involved in that stuff. But now that I'm an adult, I can enjoy it without opening my mind to that, you know, that stuff. You know,
How do your parents feel about your Harry Potter fandom?
they respect it.
They're cool with it.
Yeah, they're cool. They just, you know, they're like, yeah, you know, they're parents, so they're just like, you know, maybe you shouldn't buy the wands. I mean, I don't buy.
They just
them.
don't want you to get beat up. That's
You
why.
need the 8 movie set. Maybe you could just do one movie.
Yeah, exactly. But they respect it and they understand. You know, everybody has their things. So you know.
Well, and then growing up too, you brought up the fact that there's kind of like that cliche where someone, if they're a kid of, I don't know, kind of anything religious, you know, if the parents some sort of religious figure involved in it, usually the kids are little baddies.
Yeah.
For you, were you just kind of, was your personality always pretty chill? Or
As a
nah? Yeah, as a kid, were you a little aggressive and mellowed out?
I feel like I took most of my energy was through skateboarding, and so I guess you could say I was a chill kid. I don't really know because I mean I'm myself, so to them I could have been crazy, but
Yeah.
I don't think I really did anything like bad. I had a couple friends here and there. Other than that, you know, I would say I'm chill. I mean, my sister might say something different, but you know.
You got a girlfriend on set with you right now.
Yeah.
She disagrees with you. She says you're not like. She says, yeah, you're chill.
On set.
Yeah, we're in Los Angeles,
We're
bro.
in
This is Hollywood,
yeah,
California.
yeah.
We're on set right now.
Yep.
Wow, is that Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z?
And,
Wow. That's the only name I could think of. I had nothing else. I was like, anime. Who does anime?
What's his first name? Akira?
Akira Toriyama, yeah.
He's sitting down right over there.
Wow.
Next to
Don't make
Ebony.
eye contact. You're going to get
Wow.
nervous.
They got a photo.
I couldn't remember the fucking guy who did Yu Yu Hakusho's name.
I don't remember.
I forgot his name too.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
well, none of us know, so we're going to skip that part.
Sorry to interrupt, Malik.
It's all good.
Chill kid. Nothing wild. Nothing crazy.
Nothing wild at all.
You ever had what's the word I'm trying to say? Angsty bone in your body? Have you ever? Are you the type that like wants to jump out of an airplane or something and just keep that inside of you?
I mean, that's what I did in the military.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, he got it out of his system. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I guess speaking of the military,
Since you keep bringing it up.
gosh, a veteran,
dude.
right?
Gee, we understand. You're cool. Me and Gabriel do a podcast and you're a veteran. We get
it's
it.
pretty close, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I go to war my own way.
yeah.
Malik.
Yeah.
Us? We're close.
It's close,
Yeah.
you know.
Couple more episodes and then we'll be past you. So.
You know,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to compare
Possibly,
and contrast
yeah.
things, though. You know, so you know. But okay, you brought up the military. You brought it up, and I remember back in community college when you were bringing up the fact that you wanted to go, it's something you wanted to do for a while,
Yeah.
and you would describe yourself as a wallflower. I remember you said that. I'm kind of a wallflower. Right?
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
more chill.
At this, like I think specifically at that time, I was definitely, you know, much more of a reserved person. So yeah.
If you could, like, please share who you are as a person meshed into wanting to go to the military. Like, what's your philosophy behind it?
I had the urge a few times during my life. I think the decision to go was either you do it now or you never will. And so it was kind of random, to be honest. And my parents were like, okay, like they just were kind of confused on why I would choose that. But You know, I don't know. My personality, like you said, it was kind of weird for the military, but I think it was a culmination of always kind of wanting to kind of get out there and try it.
What made you want to go out there and try it?
The recruiter. I mean,
Was it anime? Was it anime?
Yeah,
it was like, this shit looks kind of cool.
yeah, I wanted to be like Goku.
Okay, we talked about Akira Toriyama. You can drop the real anime drops now.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was just adventurous. It was some, you know, it was a couple years and I could be back. You know, I didn't have to stay there forever. So I just was like, all right, let me just go, you know.
Yeah, because I mean that's pretty strange. No one, usually the RT types, you know, I consider you RT. Usually the RT types aren't like, yeah, I'm going to the military. You know,
Yeah.
Which is funny because Gabriel obviously, like, ever since Gabriel met you, he's like, oh, I met this really cool guy Malik, but no, he's into like films like we are, and so he'd always talk about you periodically. And then one time he was like, oh yeah, Malik's in the army, and I said, what the fuck? Like the kid you would write like movie scripts with? And he's like, yeah, and I was like, the kid that like you talk movies? Yeah. The guy who's like really into like anime and shit. He's like, yeah, and I just kept like, it's not the same. Maybe he knows two.
Yeah.
And we've established he only knows one. So when he told me, I've never met you, and it blew my mind. So
yeah, no, I mean, okay, so you're getting ready to go to let's rewind it back. You're getting ready to go to the military. What's it like? Mentally preparing and physically preparing.
A lot of YouTube videos. You know, I didn't want them because there's this thing I call Shark Attack where it's like the first day of basic training, you get off the bus and the drill sergeants come and just start screaming at you, throw your bags everywhere, make you run around. They call it smoking you, but they do it for hours.
So it's called Shark Attacks and smoking?
It's called the event I'm talking about is called Shark Attack.
But what you're describing right now is smoking you.
Yeah,
and then you're gonna
smoking
get
you.
to the shark attack.
Well, okay, let me backtrack. So the first day of basic training is the Shark Attack day. That's where
okay.
that's where they basically test your grit and do you have what it takes to even get here, to be here right now, you know, let alone stay here for 4 months.
You can test me right now, dude. I'm ready, dude.
It's a bad motherfucker right here,
Yo,
dude.
you
I'm
honestly-
afraid of him.
Yeah, man, you probably could do it.
Don't
honestly.
test me.
I'm such a bitch. I would never. I'd be like, no, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean,
It was rough.
yeah,
It was pretty bad.
It was a little. I mean, it wasn't that bad.
It was overwhelming.
I go to college, so
yeah,
it was
man.
rough.
I think honestly, studying is harder than the military.
Oh, for
Oh,
real?
wow.
Yeah.
They probably don't want to
They
hear
take
that.
32-year-olds or something. I don't want to go to school, dog. I need to do something.
It's difficult, and in some ways, I guess in some ways you could say the military is harder than school.
Some ways.
Yeah,
Some ways,
but-
Malik.
yeah.
The military is harder than school in some ways.
I mean, honestly, it's a big. Anyway, I won't go into all that, but anyway, yeah, the Shark Attack day, that was pretty bad, and then just like you kind of start to question whether or not you belong.
Why,
there.
what about it was like made you second guess it?
It's scary. I mean, you got these drill sergeants freaking like 6'4". They're tall, like, and they got these sharp hats, you know, throwing your bags around like it's like, you know, a Sprite bottle. Like,
Damn.
freaking, I saw one dude pick up this dude and with his bag and throw him back in the sand and he rolled down a hill. Like, it was bad. And they can do that because that's their job. Like, their job is to screw you up enough to the point where you like feel, I don't know, their job is to break you down to lift you back up and be a soldier. That's their job.
And then so going into this, you're doing YouTube research, like getting familiar with terms like
Yeah.
smoking. And
Yeah. Getting familiar. And that's what I just watched like videos about, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it was entertaining too because I was like, man, it's probably not even that bad.
Yeah, like, this is bullshit. Fuck YouTube. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's so much worse.
Yeah. So I was just doing a bunch of YouTube military lingo, tried to be ahead of the curve.
Were you nervous or scared at all? Because I mean, again, like being the RT type, I would think.
I even laugh right now when you're like, I did YouTube research. I was like, I think a lot of kids go into the army like, time to look it up on YouTube so I can get ahead of it. Most people are like, just whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. So I mean, doing this YouTube research and stuff, were you nervous, scared, or anxious?
I think I was only scared because, you know, it's something I wasn't familiar with. I mean, it's like anything, you know, you do something new and it's kind of scary at first, but, you know, I figured I mean, you know how many soldiers there are in the military. I mean, if they all got through it, then what's one more?
I mean, I do, but Cameron Chris probably doesn't know. What's the total number of people in the military?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. Okay.
No,
How much is it, Gabriel? Sneaky motherfucker.
Probably like.
it's the 1%. I know that's 1% of Of is in the military.
That's true.
That's
true.
What's it? That's wow. Gabe,
900,000.
Is that? Is it, I mean, I don't think it's 900,000 in the armed forces altogether, or just the military.
I think military.
Damn, 1%. That's wild.
Okay, so you weren't too. I mean, shout out to you for not being nervous or scared. Maybe I'm just a huge pussy, but I'd be like,
no, man. It's
Makes two of us, little brother. And I'm a big boy. I'm big, and I'd be scared.
oh no. Okay, so you get what's your pastor parents thinking? You're getting ready to go.
They were just, they were very supportive, whether they felt good about it or not. They're,
Yeah, they didn't want you to know, probably. They were like, yo, do your thing.
Right.
Yeah.
On the inside, though, they're like, what the fuck?
exactly.
But on the outside, they're like, do your thing, brother.
Yeah.
I think that's important, too, though.
Yeah.
Like, just to support you, just to, whether or not they agree with your stance, or just to show support.
They made me feel like I can do it. And so I did it. And, it
And
worked.
okay, so you're there first day. Please, again, like, what's the first day looking like? You mentioned someone's getting thrown, getting lifted up with their bag.
Yeah.
What
Did
else
you
is
get
going
thrown?
on?
No. So the thing, one good skill I have is I can remain invisible if I want to.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I just, put my head down,
Yeah.
did the push-ups when they made us all do them.
Yeah.
And, it's a game. It's kind of cool because you get to figure out what works and what doesn't.
What works and what doesn't?
Being loud, being the go-getter. I think, so that has one or the other outcome. I think if you're a go-getter, you do well. Or if you're a go-getter, then you screw up real bad. I was like right in between, where the gray area of the platoon, like nobody really, for the longest, like I was just, nobody really knew who I was. And then I started making friends like towards the middle, but it was survival instinct, I think, and survival instinct. I mean,
Was it a culture shock for you?
oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's completely different. I mean, it's respect. It's, in your face, people, what's your first response when somebody's in your face?
I think that's a good question. I
Not
think
to interview the interviewer.
no,
but
that's
to
fine.
interview.
No, that's
I don't think anybody's ever
Yeah, I was
asked
gonna
Gabe.
say,
That's the first time in
That's solid.
fucking 16 episodes anybody's ever asked Gabe a question.
Start taking notes,
Yeah,
audience.
if you're out there and you're gonna be on the show, do it like him.
Well,
This is a good question. Me personally, I don't really like. I could understand the situation there. Like, I understand that they have to do, like, the military staff has to do what they have to do to, like, break these kids down and whatnot. So my ego is not really tied up, and if someone's yelling in my face, personally, with the situation given, it wouldn't bother me.
and that's smart because that's exactly how I viewed it, and a lot of kids didn't view it as that. And you have people getting real angry, and it didn't.
That's so interesting because I mean it's like the whole scared straight thing. Like I've watched that and I'm like, it's so easy to get around that.
Oh yeah.
All you gotta do is listen. I'm like, oh okay. And like you said, like how you were halfway between. See, what they don't want is somebody who's like a kiss ass, but they
Right.
also don't want somebody who's lazy. So all you gotta do is, like you said, just hit that sweet spot where you're that kid who raises his hand in class, but like
Yeah.
once every couple days. So the teacher knows you exist,
Right.
but you also don't look like a dickhead or
Yes.
like you just do enough.
Yeah.
You just do enough. C's get degrees.
Right. C's get. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Even in the military,
Yeah, definitely.
they want 100, give them 100, and then said,
Are there kiss asses in the military?
Oh, absolutely. There's. Oh man. Yeah. There's a
I look
lot
at
of
you
them.
saw that blink.
Yeah,
he knows a couple.
A picture
I saw
popped
that
in your
shit.
head of somebody specific.
He said,
Like, who is this
"Fuck
guy?
that guy.
Oh yeah. There's like. I mean, you gotta give it to them for their effort, but at the end of the day, it's like that's.
Are they
kinda
treated
weird.
well?
Yes.
The kiss asses
I
are.
would say yes because I mean, you got somebody that's willing to do whatever you want for them, or somebody that's willing to do whatever that you want them to do. And so the drill sergeants kind of take a liking to that, and they're just like, oh, okay, And so that oftentimes they'll plant them as spies to make sure we're not doing
Oh,
anything.
hell
Yeah.
no.
That's hella funny.
That's when you hit him with the Full Metal Jacket, sock full of soap. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, there was many fights in the Bay, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you just be in the corner, like, reading a manga and, like, look up? And, like,
Honestly,
"Hey,
I would
motherfucker."
read at night, so,
That's what I
pretty
figured,
much, yeah. But it was also a way to check our stress out. Honestly, we'd have a fight club every night. And we just,
Did you ever get into a fight?
we played for, like, it was, it wasn't real. Like,
You just, like...
there was no face shots, body shots only.
Oh,
And,
okay. That's how
you
me and Gabriel fight. The few times that we have fought, for some reason, we have a... Cause this is how I make
Yeah,
my
it's
money.
like a
So I
it's
don't
a
have to
rule.
swing above the neck. Mm-hmm. Also, I'd kill Gabriel if I ever hit him.
I like that.
There's a little bit of a height disparity between him and I.
yeah.
That's a,
He's pretty strong, though. He works out.
Thank you.
But if he got into it, I want to watch you fight somebody your height now. Give
Nah,
Gabriel, sign Gabriel up for the fight club, dude. Go
You
over
still got
there.
this going on? You still
They
in
still
touch
got
with
the
these
fight
people?
club?
What'd you say?
You still in touch with these Fight Club people?
Yeah.
How interesting.
Time to bring it back.
Yeah.
But okay, so you were fighting folks and stuff, or you participated in it, and this just do you just adapt well to this, or do you know there's an ending and you're like, okay, I just gotta survive?
It was a mixture of both. I mean, because we were all having, like, all of us were, like, trying to survive. It was kind of like all of us against them.
Yeah.
Against the drill sergeant. So it was a brotherhood, you could say. Like, we had a very strong camaraderie together. And my platoon was the best platoon in the whole, like, company. We got recognized many times for our achievements and what we did during basic training.
Could you give some examples?
Yeah, well, I mean, because I have nothing to draw from. You know what I'm saying? Like
we don't know too many military folks to be.
Yeah,
honest.
I'm at the very. I don't
So-
even know like what you would do to.
We have challenges, like, I'd say once every couple weeks, and depending there. So let me take it back a little bit, actually. So in a basic training company, you have 3 platoons, or 3 or 4. Mine, we had 3. And in those platoons, it's roughly 30 to 40 guys.
Damn, that many per. Wow, I didn't think about that.
I was in 3rd platoon, and we would have challenges, and we had milestones we were supposed to do. And in those challenges, there was a scoreboard, and so they had plaques for who won during those challenges. And my platoon had the longest.
Wow.
We, like, all the plaques were on ours, and the other platoons had like 1 or 2.
Damn.
And so we always went, like, above and beyond,
In your eyes, what made you guys work so well?
because we're all cool with each other. I think the Fight Club thing was like, it kind of built a brotherhood because we were just dudes and we were just hanging out.
Guys being dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
And
like,
dudes being guys.
and it was like oh no, this is my brother, only I could hit him type of thing against the other guys. And we were very protective over each other. So we just worked well as a team. And so, yeah.
And then, how long was this supposed to last for?
4 months.
Camera Chris, I'm sorry. Can you close set door?
Yeah. The set is too quiet on
Akira's
set.
making so much noise.
Akira!
But yeah, so when was the end date for this? It was how long was it supposed to last?
January through April, so 4 months.
4 months is just boot camp? Mm-hmm. And you're done?
Well, no, after boot camp, you go to your duty station.
Okay, so before we get to the duty station, in boot camp, anything crazy happened besides kids getting thrown and boxing, Fight Club?
It was just a bunch of challenges. We had to get qualified on weapons. We had to ruck march, which is, carry a huge backpack on your back. It weighs anywhere from like 30 to 75 pounds. And then you walk really far, basically.
Really far.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, it was just a daily, get up and take the day, as corny as that sounds.
Did your body get hella ripped? Which is like a dumb question, but
Oh
I am
yeah, I was
curious.
the fittest. It
She
was the
said, yeah.
fittest. It was the fittest I've ever been. Was after basic training. I mean, I was
Wow.
And again, I know like very little military people, and even with that said, it's a few that I do know. I've never went in depth on questioning. So like, what's the meals looking like? Exercises?
Were they
what?
scrumptious?
No,
So scrum?
that's the point. It's not good.
Damn.
The food isn't good, but you're forced to eat it, especially the first like month, like the drill sergeants walk around and make you eat everything on your plate.
What? Why?
Kids were throwing up and they were like, eat
Damn,
around
for
it.
real?
Yeah. It was bad, man.
Yeah, I've eaten some gross shit in my life, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be that kid, just keep on trucking.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's whatever.
That's true. You said that we've had some pretty shit dinners, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. We've trucked it out, man.
Yeah, I had some crackers and cheese, boring ass dry shit or whatever, fucking bread and bologna. I mean, is it worse than just crackers and cheese? Does it just taste hella nasty or what?
It's just the food isn't. It's like cafeteria food with like less flavor and more mushy.
I grew up broke, baby. I used to eat that cafeteria
I'll make
food.
it work.
I used to fuck that shit up.
I'll make it work. And then for
Unless it
exercise,
was my mom's ham sandwich, then I'd be at the table like, I don't want to eat no more. I don't want to do this.
they weren't the best.
Fucking mom. I love her though. Thanks, mom.
Yeah.
For the exercise, Malik, you were you guys just running, walking.
Running all the time. Ran after every meal. They made us run a lap around the track, and the track was, I think, a fourth of a mile. What else? We work out every morning called PT, physical training. Yeah, it was very physical. All we did was work out and do these challenges. Yeah.
And then so you're there for 4 months. While you're there, anything crazy happened to you personally?
No, I mean it was just day by day.
Day by day. And then you said after the 4 months you go where?
I said my duty station. What I meant to say, I went to Airborne school first, and then I went to my duty station.
What's that?
Airborne school to learn how to jump.
Out of planes, yes.
What the fuck?
And so I did that.
Oh, now it's getting good.
Yeah.
Ew.
And so I did that for 3 weeks.
That's it.
Yeah.
Took 3 weeks, and you're like, all right, well,
You're
can
an
jump out of
expert.
plane.
Yeah.
You just walk forward and fall.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull this shit at the right time.
And it was cool because we got out of basic training and we're used to. You good? Oh.
Chris fucking sucks at closing doors. I mean, on set. Quiet on set. Sorry, Malik.
It's all good.
I hope Jessica listens to this. She should be here doing this shit.
Intern Jess isn't here today. She took the week off. She had her episode last week, and then she's like,
She
fuck
needed
it.
a rest because it's so intense.
Yeah, it's the gauntlet.
But at least she could close
We
the
usually
door.
have someone additionally on set with us, but
Oh, it's our
she's in Mexico at the
Our
moment.
cousin Jessica.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
She sits right there.
That's cool.
Sorry about that.
No.
That was a solid left turn.
No.
So
but
you're
no,
3 weeks.
Airborne school.
Airborne school.
It's kind of cool.
You get shipped out there in a bus. Or you taking a plane there?
Bus. It was actually on the same base, so we just took a bus and drove like 20 minutes.
And then day one looks like
Day one, just taking our names. It was the first time we
It's like
experienced
school, kind of. Like
Yeah.
for day one, just like, oh, this is what we're going to do.
It was the first time experiencing freedom in 4 months, basically.
Oh.
Because it's school, it's Airborne school, so it's a 9 to 5. Really.
This is an inappropriate question, but it's the first thing I thought about. You jacking off
No.
after 4 months, dude?
No, spilling your
they-
seed, brother.
They actually, what's interesting is they have medical stuff so that you're not horny. Like it's
What?
It's I don't know
They
what
need to give me about 2 of those.
I know.
Yeah, they-
You ever spent more than 10 minutes with Gabe? Get him some of those.
you do this so we would visit the doctor all the time and they give us like heck of shots, and one of them was to suppress your sexual
Wow.
Hey, nothing stopping me but God himself. They'll be like, Vic, you gotta stop jerking off. Fuck you, doctor, you don't know me.
No.
You're in the
All the
operating room.
specialists
Stop
taking
jerking
notes
off.
on you. They're trying to figure out why it's not working.
Captain America got the super soldier serum.
What's in his blood, damn it?
Why can't we stop him? He's insatiable.
I'm sorry, really highbrow
It's all
concept,
good. It's all
very
good.
classy, nuanced
Damn
show.
it, we went almost 2 episodes.
That's the
without
first thing I thought about, though. When you said 4 months after being free, I'm like, I'm going to go jack off. But that's just me, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's just Gabe.
Yeah.
I jerk off in the shower. I'd wait till everybody left. So I need about 1 minute.
God damn it, Rocha.
Rocha!
Well,
All right.
Probably wasn't me.
Wait, sorry, one more question. Were folks doing it that you knew, though?
Jerking off?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
You knew.
I
I know when Gabriel was
was
jerking
like-
off.
I'm not
He's
trying
a
to.
room away,
Yeah.
let alone.
My whole thing, I'm not trying to like watch another dude. Like
That's not your interest.
that's not mine. That's not mine.
Guys didn't
That's
talk
nice.
about that.
Like in the Bay, like
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody would be like, yo, like I'm just not like how I used to be.
It's a little different
I just
nowadays.
wake up depressed now.
Yeah, it was we made jokes out of it, you know.
That's
like,
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I asked the hard hitting questions here. Okay.
Got my little boys' questions out of the way. Back to Airborne School.
3 weeks, first day, feeling free after 4 months.
It was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Why was it kind of cool?
Freedom, you know.
Yeah.
We all had like well, no, I don't want to say that. We could go get fast food.
What? For real?
Because there was like right across the street from where we were living.
That's fucking
There
dope.
was
That
a-
probably felt so good,
Oh
huh?
yeah, there was an Arby's, there was a gas station, there was a game like a arcade, like
Damn, that's kind of clutch. Yeah.
And so we'd, you know, when we weren't working, we would just kind of chill in the arcade or go eat. And
Did you go to Arby's?
I ate Arby's like every day.
What's
'cause
your
I was-
opinion on Arby's? Be real.
At the time, it was awesome because I didn't have food, like normal food.
It's
Oh,
it's
so-
going to make a hard left. Yeah, get
So
ready.
you're saying if you had food, Arby's wouldn't be as good? I think Arby's is underrated.
Arby's is good when you want it, but not, you know.
That means it sucks. All right.
Gabriel loves Arby's.
I
He
like
rides for
Arby's.
Arby's. We
You
drove
like
to
Arby's?
like, fuck, where did we go? San Mateo?
I think that was, yeah, when I
It's like
got...
the only Arby's left. We drove over there.
I'm pescatarian, and then when I was going to stop eating meat, technician Vic and intern Jess, I was like, let's go to fucking Arby's. Because I wanted to have it one last time.
Yeah,
It was cool.
It was good.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
Arby's honestly is pretty good. I mean, I don't have an issue with it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Arby's, write that down. That's your new slogan. I don't have a problem with it
Yeah.
personally.
Arby's, it's okay when you have nothing else to eat.
Yeah,
Hey, but have you seen the Arby's like ads?
Yeah.
On Instagram, they got like all the
actually,
anime
yeah.
and fucking
Yeah.
video game shit.
That's weird.
I
I
remember
don't
the
know.
first time I saw it, I thought it was a joke because
Yeah.
I was like, nah, that's not Arby's, and I scrolled.
they're trying to up their game.
And then
want more
like a couple
customers.
weeks later, it was like a Yu-Gi-Oh one. I was like, what the fuck? This is Arby's?
Right? They're like, they use like the little boxes and like the.
They turn them into like
Characters.
characters and
Mhm.
figures and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really creative. I'm surprised they're not bigger than they actually are. Because I actually feel like Arby's is dying. Like I feel like the locations are dwindling down.
Better get your last Arby's and go ice it.
They need to
brother.
find more military bases. And
Yeah.
then ka-ching,
We
you know
found
what I'm
their
saying?
niche.
Military bases.
Dude, don't
Pretty
say
much,
that
yeah.
because the Pentagon's gonna release that document. How come the Arby's are growing at such an exponential rate? We can't control them. The army budget goes to 24 billion. The Arby's goes to 20
Yeah, they're
billion.
looking good now. I'm sorry, Malik.
No, it's all good, man.
Man, we're never gonna
That's funny.
get this done. This
Yeah.
is why me and Gabriel failed at school.
It is what it is. So you got Arby's. You're feeling free, feeling good.
Footloose.
3 weeks, and then what's the program is looking like? Like, do you actually go in the sky or nah? It's on the floor right now.
So it was because we had 3 weeks. It was organized into, well, I guess 3 weeks. But week 1 was ground week. Week 2 was tower week, and the last week was sky
Graduation.
Graduation. It was make or break pretty much.
Damn.
First week we just learned how to fall because that's the most important thing in airborne culture is falling correctly. Otherwise you'll hurt yourself. You'll break your leg or something.
Wow.
And so, because you hit the ground way harder than it looks. So,
Really?
Way harder.
Fuck.
It hurts. Yeah. And so we had to learn how to fall that first week. Very chill week, you know. And one thing about airborne school that's cool, it's cool now, but at the time it sucked, was we ran everywhere. So we would we'd have a training session like a mile away, sprint the whole way there, and back. After meals, we just have to go back to our room, run to the room.
Damn.
It was ridiculous, but we stayed healthy.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's the point. you know?
It's counterbalancing.
It's like it's like a rule there. You have to jog if you're going somewhere.
Yeah, you have to run. If you're not running, then you're doing something. I mean, they're not drill sergeants, so they're not gonna be like, yo, why don't you run and start pushing? They're not gonna do that. But what they will do is like, hey, pick up the pace, let's go, let's run.
Yeah.
And so, second week, like I said, tower week. The tower was shut down, so we couldn't do tower week. So we just jumped out of this 50-foot I guess I would actually call it a tower. So the thing is,
Go figure.
yeah. So the original tower week was supposed to be this 200-foot tower.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was really really high, and they just drop you off of it. But we had to do the 50-foot because the 200-foot tower was undergoing maintenance, and so we did the 50-foot
What
tower.
the fuck?
Yeah.
200?
Mm-hmm.
You
I
just
don't
jump
even-
off of it?
Yeah. You
How
just-
high? How tall is drop zone?
Drop zone?
Probably
Yeah.
like 40, I'm
Like
assuming.
you're talking about?
At
Like Great
theme park.
America.
Oh, I have no idea.
Anyway, I'm sorry. 200 feet's fucking
That's
high.
nuts.
Jeez Louise. I don't like heights.
Me either.
Neither.
Yeah.
I didn't like heights either.
You,
What?
Malik.
I don't. I swear.
You, dude. 200-foot tower. I don't like heights.
I
though.
hated it.
Yeah, it was the worst.
No, I
And then
promise
I
you.
just jumped.
I promise you, man. Like I honestly, heights to this day, I don't even know how I did it. To be honest, it's
Yeah.
just like I think it's less thinking.
And more,
But-
just do it.
Yeah, just react. And I think the second week, which is actually weird, the 50-foot tower, I froze. And the we call them black hats. They're our instructors. He's like this freaking. He must have been like 6'7". He was huge. He's this Russian dude.
Oh, so they're in collusion with the United States Army.
Write
Yeah.
that down.
Very super buff, hecka big. And he was just like, "What are you scared of? You think you're gonna, jump out of planes? You can't even jump out of here." And then he just kept egging me on, and I was just like, "I don't think I could do this."
Yeah.
It was bad. And then I finally did, and the dude was just freaking laughing. And he comes up and he's like, "Man, I'm proud of you. You did it." And I think for me that was kind of the pushing for me.
So you're up there 50 feet. You got what, a parachute on or like a?
It's like a mock parachute. So we're attached to a cable, and there are these strings. So you jump out, and the string like pulls and it catches you, and you like zip line to the other side.
Okay.
So it's just basically learning how to jump out the right way.
And so you're on the edge that day, and you're freezing up. Do you remember what's going through your head while you're frozen?
Like this is high. Like
Don't die.
It sucks.
yeah.
Don't die. And then I guess what broke you? What broke through it?
'Cause I don't want to look weak. Like
Okay.
there's girls there, and they
had to
were
show
doing
up.
it. They were doing it. Why can't I do it?
You just got to show up,
Yeah.
do it. It's like, why the fuck not?
Yeah, and they were all like underneath, so they were like watching, and so I'm like,
All the
"Oh,
eyes.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a punk, man. I gotta do this. So I just jumped out.
And that's week 2.
Week 2, week
And week
3
3.
was woke up really early one morning. It wasn't a full week, so technically you could say it's like 2.5 weeks. But we woke up early, and that was jump week, so we were jumping out the plane that day. And we ran all the way to the pack shed.
Fuck bullshit. Gotta run all the way there.
Yeah, everybody was quiet, bro. It was ridiculous. Everybody was scared, but we sat in our harnesses and our we just waited for the plane to get there, and the plane came. The Air Force. We were working with the Air Force because they're the ones that pilot the aircrafts. And we got on the plane. We got let on, and then they took us into the sky, and it was happening pretty fast.
Yeah.
When you're in the plane and you guys are in the air, whatever, I guess is it a cockpit, or what's the area called in the back where all the guys are sitting? Do you remember what it's called?
We didn't really have a word for it. We just kind of our seating area.
Oh, was the seating? Does it look like the movies where it has like all the mesh in the background and stuff? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like Suicide Squad.
Yeah. It looks. Most of the planes they use for like movies or military related movies are the ones that we actually use.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool that you actually know that, because you actually like seeing it in there, have the background, have the film interest.
Yeah.
And then people are jumping. I'm sure you're not the first to go.
I'm the
You're-
third jumper.
Oh, shit.
fuck.
So you only
First
see
one-
2 people in front of you.
Yo, the first one was short Mexican girl.
Yeah.
Like she had to be like 4'11",
Damn.
small.
Did she own it when she jumped, or was she like freaking
Yeah,
out?
she did not hesitate.
Damn.
she
Shout out
jumped.
to that little
Yeah.
girl, man. Because I'd be like,
She-
oh, I want to do this.
Yeah, she looked nervous, but
Yeah.
she smiled. Like she smiled a little because the thing is, you got to stand up, hook up your line onto the cables, because that line, what it does is attach to your parachute, And when you jump out, once you hit a certain amount of feet, it pulls the parachute out
Whoa, that's how that shit works?
Yeah.
Wow.
It pulls on the backpack and the parachute opens. And so, yeah, we had our static lines ready to go. And she was the first jumper. One of my homies from basic training was the second jumper. And I was third. And so there's a red light, a yellow light, and a green light. When it's green, that's when it's time to jump. When it's red, stop. Yellow doesn't mean anything. So hit green light, she just jumped out. My homeboy in front of me jumped out, and I was just like, oh, shoot.
This is real.
Ah.
This is the thing
I
now.
saw how fast he fell, too, because I looked down, and it was just like the wind just freaking took him. I didn't see him anymore. I did not see him anymore. And so I was
loud. You're just like, oh, fuck, what did I do,
Is
dude?
your heart beating?
oh, yeah. I'm like, you know what? I just, whatever. So I walked out and, screamed my lungs out. And,
Damn.
and then it's weird because it just stopped. And then it was so quiet and peaceful and beautiful up there. And it's just like, this is not so bad, actually.
That's funny you describe it like that. I remember watching a Ghostface Killer interview where he talked about he's jumped out of the plane just because, what's that called, skydiving? And
skydiving.
So he just did it because people recommended it. And he described it the same way. He said it was peaceful, beautiful. The way he described it was probably a little bit more poetic.
Yeah, because he's
But he did say, I remember him saying it was like beautiful and peaceful.
It is. And then you see everybody next to you with their parachutes up, and you're just like,
Is that kind of surreal? Like at that
Yeah.
point, you're like, wow, this fucking really happened.
yeah, I was like, shoot, I was just in that freaking thing that's in the sky. Like, it's just weird. It was weird.
I think of the Power Rangers, the first movie. You remember when they jump out
No,
the
I
airplane?
don't. You remember that?
Yeah.
You guys
They
are
jump out.
nerds.
They jump out the first movie.
Yeah, freaking Tommy, freaking doing too much.
Moon's a huge Power Ranger fan.
Are you really? One of my
Yeah.
friends is a very my friend Matt will screenshot the new Power Rangers toys and because all the good ones are coming out now. So they send them to me like, Vic.
Oh, yeah.
And he has like the dagger and he has hella shit. He has the helmets.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Was it as beautiful as that first movie, or more beautiful? They had a cool song. I don't remember the song, but they were playing a song.
Not as beautiful
That's
as
probably-
Tommy, bro.
Yeah, Tommy's the GOAT. He's still fucking cashing in on that.
They're about to holding hands and making like a star.
Oh shit! I might remember that.
Right, I
yeah.
think so, right?
Yeah.
You guys held hands or anything?
Oh, we weren't that close. Unfortunately. Like, we were all, because of the parachutes, we were
Once
all
Ivan
spaced.
Ooze comes, though, then you guys
Oh,
probably,
yeah.
you have no choice.
Yeah.
So that's 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Jumped out. You have to do it again or just one time?
We had to do a total of 5 to qualify.
Okay.
Did it all 5?
All 5.
Did it get easier as time went on?
No, but the feeling of when it's quiet, and we had to do night jumps too. So we had to do 2 at night, 3 during the day. Night jumps are, I would actually say night jumps aren't as scary because you don't see anything. So it's like you're just jumping into a pool of blackness,
That's-
just-
That sounds
not-
fucking scary as fuck.
Yeah.
You
Sounds like a metal
again.
song.
That sounds terrible. That sounds you just
Jump
jumping into
a
the
pool
abyss.
of blackness.
There's,
it's
you'll
cooler.
never know where you land.
And it makes you feel
No.
like you're like some like super,
that's
special
kinda
ops
cool.
dude.
Yeah, okay, that's kinda- you felt like-
Call of Duty.
What's that
Fantasy
one?
guy?
What's that one? Get Splinter Cell. You felt like the
Yeah,
dude
yeah,
with the green.
the green thing. Yeah.
Yes, it's like Sam Wilson or something. You were ready
Yeah.
to go.
Try to do a little noise.
Yeah.
Wow, that
It could have been better. It could have been better. It could have been better.
I was like, what was that?
Admittedly, it could have been better.
But yeah, that's
How are
pretty
you
much it.
supposed to jump out of a plane? Why is it? I would imagine you just run out.
I watched
one
movies.
takes
That's
you.
how they do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you so what you do?
Why?
you-
Why is it so emphasized? Like this is the proper way you're supposed to go about it.
Because you have a static line. If you put the static line on this way, you could get tangled up and get beheaded or something.
Oh,
It's
that's
happened.
not fun.
That's not good.
Yeah,
You
that
can
sounds bad.
Behead bad.
Yeah, you can become a toad jumper, which means like your your static line gets caught on something and you're getting dragged on the side of the plane.
Oh,
And so they have to
also sounds bad.
That's
so they have
bad.
to cut your string and you pretty much free fall and then you open your reserve parachute.
Okay, so we're 0 for 2. These both sound very terrible. Okay, give me some more
What else?
horror stories.
Also, if you jump too high, you could hit your head on the freaking top of the thing. So you just want to walk out.
Wow.
So you walk out, you put 1 foot forward, and you just
Drop. Wow.
Whoa. Were there any horror stories there? Did anyone fuck up?
There's stories of people that have, but none that I've seen.
Okay. So everybody that you were with, they all were.
Everyone was good.
Okay, good.
We had injuries, but that's the worst when they landed. Because that's.
But they're like you
arguably
said,
the most dangerous part of it is actually landing.
Wow. Did you hurt yourself landing?
A few times actually. I know I actually have an injury to this day that was caused by one of those.
Really?
Yeah, my leg here. I just screwed up and fell the wrong way, and so.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because the impact's what, at like 20, 30 miles per hour or what?
I don't even know, honestly. I would say about that, honestly.
Yeah, that sounds like probably like 20 miles per hour, I would guess.
And so the reason they emphasize the fall is because you're supposed to fall, you're supposed to lean, you're supposed to hit your knee first, your hip, and then your shoulder, and then you twist your body over to the next side. So it's almost like you're doing like a little flip.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, nobody does.
I was gonna say, does anybody remember that? Like as you're falling?
Oh no.
It's so.
You're just like, oh shoot. Yeah. You honestly just hope for the best. Some people, it gets funny because you see so many people fall in the weirdest ways.
They're just like just praying as they drop. They're like, please, 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 please.
You'll never hear so many people screaming out in pain, but it's hilarious because it's just like, geez, man, what the frick is this?
What did I sign myself up for?
And then so you just landed bad?
I just landed bad and
wonked you up.
Mm-hmm. But I'm good. Like it didn't do anything major.
So after 4 months and 3 weeks, then you go to
Fort Bragg, North Carolina. That's where I was stationed at the 82nd Airborne Division.
Wow.
For how long?
Sounds fancy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
I'm Victor Rocha of the Costco 118 formation. That's about it.
Well,
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same. Again, you're not supposed to compare and contrast,
That's, all jokes aside, that does sound that sounds pretty cool to be able to say. Like, that's where I was stationed. That's what I did.
And so, it was, once you get to your duty station, it's more like just work. It's not, the drill sergeants or even black hats, even for that matter. It's just, you just show up to work every day. And every now and then you'll have a big field event and where you go do training and you do the weapons qualifications. And we had airborne operations like we have it like actually twice a month, or we actually jump out of planes like twice a month.
Just to keep you sharp?
Mm-hmm. Just to keep us, able to do it in case we ever need to, do it in the future. Yeah.
So did those times get easier?
Actually, I think the ones at my duty station were scarier than airborne school.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I think it's especially I think it's because I took such a long break from it. And so once you go back up there, you're like, oh, I forgot how scary this is.
Yeah, when you're doing it fucking 5 times in a row, you're like, okay, like we're going up.
Yeah. One cool thing they do to ease your nerves when you get back into the unit, when you first show up at your unit,
they give you one of those boner shots. They're like, close, we took your boner away. How we give you the power? And you're like,
it's back. It's like
I'm walking off.
Yeah. And then
that's fucking powerful.
Wow. Yeah, they give you
the military is so interesting.
Yeah, very. Honestly,
God dang.
And then you say while you're there at North Carolina,
Fort Bragg.
That's it. Bragg? How do you spell that?
Bragg.
Okay, Fort Bragg. While you're there, you say every day is kind of just like showing up to work. What's that mean?
That was your job, I guess.
It was my job.
But what did you do?
Yeah, what's your daily operations?
I was an infantryman, so I was pretty much what you see in the movies or Call of Duty. That stuff. That's what I did.
They're not standing around per se.
Killing terrorists? There's a lot to do in Call of Duty.
I remember that airport scene from that one Call of Duty.
Yeah,
was it like that? That guy knows what I'm talking about. He knows.
Yeah, definitely. So basically we just train a lot and we go to the field and we do, mock operations just to keep us sharp in case we need to go overseas, And so we pretty much did that for... I was there for 2.5 years.
Damn, so you were there for 2.5 years straight?
Damn. Yeah. Any wild things happen? Nah.
Well, I mean, there's actually a lot of things. You know?
Oh shit.
Give us a couple.
Yeah.
One or
There's-
two or three or four.
Like,
or
what's-
5 or 6. Or
Yeah,
7.
whatever.
Like, what do you mean by things happen?
Wild things in terms of, I don't know, either people getting injured. I guess the atypical, unusual things. Oh my god.
That's the name of our
Oh
show.
my god.
Wow.
Unusual.
No, but yeah, I guess like unusual stuff.
Anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, what you
if every
consider-
day is the 9 to 5. Like, was there a day where you were something just came up that you were just like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah. Well,
There, he got something.
Uh-oh, he's
thinking
like,
about
how
it.
do I edit this
That's what I was
story?
thinking.
That's the
He's
thing.
like, how do I word this so nobody gets in trouble?
Usually when
Yeah.
people are on, what they do is they just don't say names.
hmm
They don't say names.
Not
No,
me
no,
though. I
of
say
course.
all the names. I don't give a fuck. I want all the smoke.
You tell us the names after the show. And
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week we
as
let
soon
the
as we
people
turn
know.
this off, feel free to give us all the info.
Well, we nothing crazy. Well, I don't know. Like crazy. It's hard because the military. I feel like the military is crazy. So you don't really. I think like explaining a story is kind of. To me, it seems normal, and that's why I don't think it'll be crazy to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
you mean
okay.
vice versa?
to me, it will.
To
Wait.
you, it's normal.
Oh,
To
okay.
you, it might be crazy, but to me, I can't see it as crazy. Therefore, I don't know how to explain it.
The people get injured or hurt?
Yes, we had a dude. He freaking like his thumb fell or pinky fell off or something like that. Yeah,
It got cut off?
Yeah, he was trying to get out of one of the vehicles, the Humvee, and he got caught on something and and he was just like, you know,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Medical.
So, funny story. You guys are gonna laugh. Missing a thumb.
yeah,
What the fuck?
and so yeah, he was out of work for about a week, but you know,
That lucky bastard. Part of you was like, fuck you, dude. Like, you got out a week and you get to lay in.
yeah, he's just
I
chilling in
watched
his
Forrest
room.
Gump. They just eat ice cream in there. Chilling.
I know all there is. Thanks to Forrest Gump.
Anything else? Or was it, for the most part, was it just infantry, 9 to 5, regular shit?
Infantry. Every now and then we do a big field out where we're in the field for about a couple weeks.
Oh, wow.
And so we wouldn't be home for weeks. No showers, nothing like that. We all smelled like.
Damn,
you
for
know.
real?
Yeah,
Oh, loud.
yeah.
I
So
don't know if I could do that.
we had baby wipes. That's about it.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's all I need.
That's how I shower
Give me a
now.
little
you know what
dab,
I'm
dab, a
saying?
little dab,
Ain't
dab.
no
I'm gonna keep
difference.
pushing.
You know?
I also like the natural scent of the forest. I'd rub leaves all over me. I'd blend in like the Sasquatch, as it were.
Where'd he go? Where's Roach again? Damn it.
You jerking off again? He talked to you about that in the forest. I'd be like this.
There's no rules out here. I'm sorry, man.
Fuck.
No,
I'm
no,
so,
it's all
dude.
good, man.
You know,
You're
the
never
military.
coming.
It's a serious
You're never
shit,
coming back
dude.
to this house.
That's serious shit, dude.
But,
Okay, so over there, you're there for 2.5 years. Does it get to a point where you're just like, fuck, I want to come back home?
oh man, I think every day, dude. Like it's being far from home kind of sucks, but it was temporary, and I'm here now. So now that I think about it, it went by very fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those I don't know, months, weeks leading up to going home.
Mm-hmm.
What's the feeling like?
Ready to be home, to not have to get up at 5 a.m. every morning, Yeah, it was good to know that the end was so close,
Yeah.
and that I could feel okay with what I accomplished.
Did you get bored at all?
Yeah, there were seasons of boredom. I mean, because we weren't always busy. We were busy a lot, but we weren't always busy. Sometimes it was just a 9 to 5, and we would just kind of sit around and look at each other.
Damn. No video games or anything?
Well, yeah, we got video games and stuff. We had our own rooms, like we had TVs, internet.
Oh, you
all
had
that.
your own room? Mm-hmm. Oh, for
Yeah.
some reason in my head it was still like a
Yeah, no.
everybody sleeping in the same room type of
It
thing.
was like the setup was kind of like a dorm. Like we had TVs, we had kitchens, we had all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
It was just work,
Wow.
work that you couldn't not show up to.
Yeah, where you lived on
Yeah.
your workplace.
Yeah.
Did the food get better?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, because
I like that.
yeah, it was much better. Especially they had those Southern black ladies cooking it. So
damn! For the military, they had Southern Black
Not a bad
ladies
gig. Not a
Yeah.
bad gig.
Yep.
That's kind of clutch.
And is the
Yeah.
internet good out there? Premium internet for
Yeah.
all the searchings and
Yeah.
stuff?
yeah, fiber wire, dude.
They had,
So you can watch Crunchyroll real quick. 1080p.
Yeah,
He's
man.
watching Crunchyroll, Gabriel.
Yeah, you know.
Fucking asshole.
Don't be clicking on some of those more explicit
Don't
episodes.
click the Russian websites like Gabriel.
Yeah.
Fucking laptop stops working.
But good internet.
Yeah, good internet, man.
Fantastic.
Well, that's dope. I mean, Malik, that's crazy though. I mean, again, you being more of like an artsy, chill, relaxed, easygoing guy, and something inside of you just drew you to the military.
Yeah.
Would you say you got fulfilled?
Yeah, I'm good to go. I don't need to go back, honestly. I got my fill, you know. I'm good to go.
And you feel like, did a part of you go because you're like, I want to serve my country?
Oh, definitely. You know, I think it's, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I live here. I'm gonna just do my duty, and I'll continue to live here.
And with that said, do you think you're better than us now?
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
That's the only serviceable answer, Malik. If you would have said anything else, I would have been upset.
I think we're close to wrapping up. But I did want to ask, like, well, now being outside the military, how have you felt? How do you feel it's benefited you, and do you feel also that there's parts that you wish could have been better?
Yes, there definitely was things that could have been better, but if they had been better, who knows if I would be the same dude I am today, because I learned so much there that I think now the Malik I am is kind of, shaped by what I experienced there. And so I'm okay with what happened, things that happened there, stuff I went through there. It's all right now. I don't have to, think about it anymore. I'm proud of what I did. So, yeah.
I say with school, like, we're both in school right now. My kind of philosophy with school is I feel like I learn, this is my personal opinion, I feel like I learn more indirectly from school than directly.
Absolutely.
How to be responsible, how to engage with social situations better, and be on top of timing and scheduling and all this crap. Do you feel like the military has benefited you in ways like that as well?
Yeah. It taught me to be very punctual, right place, right time, in the right uniform. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many times we got screwed up over somebody not in the right uniform.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you're wearing the right uniform today.
Yeah.
Got that
Go ahead and show off
hunting.
that t-shirt. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, run that down one time. Listen to
I'm
see my man.
representing the military.
my man Go, right?
Yeah.
Go?
Going.
And is it Gone?
Gone,
He got
yeah.
his fishing pole?
Yeah.
I remember that first episode. I watched it.
I don't watch that nerd shit. All right.
As you talk
I'm
about Power
watching
Rangers,
ESPN.
fuck
All right.
Yeah, man.
Sports, dude. No.
Yeah, man. It's
yeah, man.
Can we get back on subject?
Yeah,
I'm
fuck,
sorry.
dude.
nah, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that's about it. Really, I learned a lot, and I think with school, it definitely helps to have had that structure.
I remember too. You like before leaving off, you brought up the fact about like Adam Driver.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
people that don't know Adam Driver, he's his probably most famous role is the bad guy in the latest Star Wars movies.
Kylo Ren. Yeah.
Kylo Ren, and he went to the military for I don't know how many years.
A few. He was in there for like 2 or 3.
Was he in the Marines?
It was Marines. Yeah.
He went to the Marines, and of course now he's a big movie star. And you kind of wanted to go to school. I mean, go to the military for them to help you with schooling.
Yeah, they do. They do help you, assist you with going to school. I'm definitely not trying to preach and say join the military. Don't do it if you don't want to. But if you do, you do have education benefits, and they do help you out with trying to make it work.
And then now, being done with the military, and you want to pursue film with screenwriting. Has that? Do you have a story inspired by the military or elements?
I think it would be cool to do, like, I don't think anytime soon, maybe when I'm older, but just like a retelling of what it was like. Because I was actually one of the only black people in my unit. Like, it's not a lot of, black people don't do infantry, and so I think it would be cool to experience like a story about that, because I actually haven't seen that yet.
Why don't Why don't you think more black people do infantry, or what is it about?
It's too. I don't want to say. I feel like I can say it because I am black, but
I mean, if anybody can, it's gonna be you.
Yeah. I think it's just not something that we like. We don't do that. Like, we're more into. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, and it's kind of weird.
Maybe it's not something to explore when you start writing that script. Or
Absolutely,
something.
yeah.
Were there more? Did you see more black people in other?
Yeah, definitely, like engineering and like especially cooks. You know, the cooks. The lesser, I say, the less hands-on work. Mm-hmm. That's where I saw more culture. But I saw it was very whitewashed in the infantry world because, you know, it's, I don't know, but, you know, a lot of people see movies and they get inspired to join or like play Call of Duty too much and they're like, I want the real thing. Yeah. You know, and so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Malik.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for coming by and sharing your story.
Thank you.
Definitely interesting and fascinating, not only because of what the military is, but also your background, just because, again, being more of like the chill, artsy type of dude, it's like...
I think it's a different perspective from somebody who, like you said, who played Call of Duty too much and wants to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to shoot a fucking M16.
Yeah, right.
It's more interesting for somebody who was like, I just kind of want to do it because I just want to kind of get out of my shell. Like, that's interesting to me. That's an interesting story because there's something more to it there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Especially like you said, being one of the only, I'm sure, were there like a lot of like Latin people over there?
There was, I saw a lot more Latin than I saw, a lot more Mexican than black.
Mexicans.
My best friends in the military were Mexican.
Really?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
What about Filipinos?
I saw maybe one or
Boo,
two.
send them back. Send them back.
Sorry, camera Chris.
They're probably cooks and working in the nurses unit. I'm Filipino, so it's cool
we love
when
Filipinos
I say that
here
in
on
this
set.
household.
Okay.
We had Tapsilog Express last week.
Yeah.
Nope. But Malik, I don't know if you've listened to the show or anything, but usually the way we end an episode is with a hip hop quote. The reason being, you know, growing up, I can say for both of us, hip hop lyrics meant a lot. There's a lot of philosophy within hip hop, and that's something I just want to share with the listener. So we're taking the quote and we're going to read it to the audience, and then if you could just give us your interpretation of what you feel the quote is talking about or what it means.
Okay. So we're going to end today with a quote from Master Killer, 1996 track Assassination Day off of Ghostface Killer's album Iron Man. It's probably one of the greatest posse cut tracks of all time.
Yeah, for real.
The quote is, "Temptation tempts my victim to proceed forward. Ignorance wouldn't allow retreat. You'd rather pursue death than admit defeat."
I'm doing one
more time.
You usually have Vic read it twice.
Anybody need that ASMR?
Feel free to go deep on it. Feel free not to go deep on it. It's really up to you.
You got every gamut of answers. So whatever you feel in your soul, run with that, dog.
Yeah.
All right.
So temptation tempts my victim to proceed forward. Ignorance wouldn't allow retreat. You'd rather pursue death than admit defeat.
Do you know that song? Assassination Day?
Yeah. Ghostface was before my dad. My dad was a rapper before he became a preacher, and Ghostface was one of his favorites.
That's a big turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
GFK.
So I'm very aware of Ghostface and Wu-Tang and all those guys, but the last part is what sticks out to me the most. You'd rather pursue death than admit defeat. I was actually just watching a movie with my girl Ebony, and it was about Bruce Lee.
Was it that 30 for 30?
No, it was actually the birth of the dragon. It was like a retelling of Bruce Lee's like certain events in his life. But dude wouldn't admit that he lost. Like he's like, you have to kill me. Like I'm not gonna lose. And I think that that's something you could take with you in your journey in life, and just, whatever it is you're striving to get to, only death can stop you. And that's something that, if you take that with you on the journey, I don't think there's any way that you won't make it. You know.
Damn.
There you have it, people.
That's kind of
Malik's
beautiful.
interpretation. Malik, before we end the episode, anything you'd like to plug?
Plug?
Yeah, do you got any like? You want to tell people to make sure they watch Hunter x Hunter?
Oh yeah, make sure you watch Hunter x Hunter and Jujutsu Kaisen and Naruto. That's the OG right there.
I might watch Naruto just because he came on the show and I owe him a favor.
Yeah, I've never checked it out.
I might watch
it.
Boruto as well.
Boruto. Yeah,
You watch that?
Yeah, I'm currently watching it right now. You know,
I heard he got like mega powers or something. There's something going on. He got like next level powers
Oh,
that
yeah.
Naruto doesn't.
it
have.
looks more like Dragon Ball Z than Naruto.
See? Oh, okay, I've been paying attention. I read it Instagram.
Your personal Instagram or anything you'd like to share? Or
it's-
have people check out?
It's kind of hard to spell my personal Instagram, but it's MARIKUSHIMASU.
Got the whole alphabet in there. I love it.
Mariku Shimas is what it is.
Oh, okay.
That's my name in Japanese.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I need to probably do Victor. That's kind of sick.
He texts Malik, he'll hook you
Yeah,
up.
Malik. I know
Yeah.
you speak Japanese now.
Malik, thank you
Yeah,
again
absolutely.
for coming on, man.
100%. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving us some insight to something that neither of us are too pussy to ever do in our lives.
Yeah, thank you for your time in the military as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I feel like that feels like a fake term. Do people say that shit to you a
Oh
lot?
man, yeah. Especially, yeah. They say it all the time.
How do you feel when you hear it? Like, thank you for your
Most
service.
of the time, I don't know how to respond because I don't know if I'm supposed to say, "Oh, thank you," or or
You're
"Oh, you're welcome."
goddamn right.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say.
Yeah.
I just kind of just like, oh,
The old hat. And you're like,
Yeah.
all right, well,
cowboy.
get on my way.
I'll see you around.
But with that being said, thank you for your service, man.
Absolutely, man.
God bless you, man.
But more importantly, thank you for being on the show, though.
Yeah,
Because,
that was the pinnacle of
yeah,
your life.
it's gonna be hard to top this one. Malik, right?
Yeah. Veteran.
absolutely, man.
Unusually. Might even get you a sweater one day.
Oh yeah, man. I'll love it.
Everybody, yes.
If you're a fan of the show, please help us. You can follow us, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on the podcast, follow us on Spotify. If you write a comment, it would help us out a lot. Sometimes I read them. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes other people read them.
It's the name of the game,
Sometimes
baby.
they don't. Keep commenting. I appreciate it. If you have any hip hop quotes, please feel free to share it. DM it to Gabriel or I. Gabe could be found on Instagram at alwaysoneself. Once again, that's at alwaysoneself on Instagram. I could be found at Lord Technician Vic. That's VIC. There's no K like Victor Crumb. Harry Potter reference. And show is edited by Campana Sound Company,
Campana
providing
Sound,
recording, editing, mixing, and live sound services. Find them at campanasound.com. Everyone,
Unusually.
thank you for listening.
Thank you.